Good morning, team. Starting with Route 8, one stop, and Route 20, five stops. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. What a wild day yesterday was, huh? So, just to recap, 12.3.4 does not resolve the curb issue. Evidence yesterday when I almost went off a cliff. It's a little dramatic, but definitely without exaggerating, my front right tire did go over the edge of the over the edge, and there was no curb. So had there been a curb, definitely would have hit it. But that being said, if there was a curb, maybe it would have not had gone so far, which speaks to the computer vision situation and how it's defining those boundaries. Anyways, I really wish I had turned that on. Probably would have see how we handle that truck. But anyways, um, uh, yeah. What am I saying? 12.3.4. I haven't really noticed that much of a difference. I don't know if anybody knows what the difference is really, but it would be good to know so we can identify those specifics. Um, uh, we'll see how it handles today. We got one on Route 8. So Route 8 usually, I would say, doesn't have that many cliffy, thick roads. I mean, actually, it's a toss-up. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. Route 20 does. I know the stops we're going to there. Uh, I know two of them. Other ones I don't know, so we'll see. Um, but it looks like right now a total of 6 stops. Let's see how fast we get this thing done. Considering pushing the gas just from the get-go, because definitely lose time going speed limit. And the market did not react well to Tesla or cutting its workforce. But to be honest with you, I smell manipulation. You know, I don't know. These things are always a toss-up. It's kind of like earnings. Sometimes companies will report bad earnings, stock will go up. Why? Because they guided higher. Other times, company stocks reports good earnings, stocks will go lower. Why? Guided lower or some other thing, right? Somebody stepping down, whatever. In the context of Tesla and yesterday news, it's really strange. I mean, when you when you hear it, it really depends on who it's being reported by. Because you could take something and spin it, right? So they're cutting off their workforce, and then you zoom in and focus on they're not selling, they got a problem. And then you go to the other side, it's like, oh, they cut their workforce, and it's like, oh, they're trimming the fat, they're doing great. So like someone's trying to be bearish, someone's trying to be bullish. And then later on that evening, like the entire day passed, I didn't see this post anywhere. I mean, but it was there. But no one was, I guess it wasn't being recommended by the algorithm or whatever. But I see the post where it shows the actual email that Elon sent to the company. And he's talking about, the next phase of the company, the next stage that they're entering into. And when I read it, maybe I'm just buying into the what do they call it? The silver-tongued devil that is Elon. You know, uh, But it sounds like what I said, which is this is a strategic plan. Yes, uh, economic factors do play a role and part in what companies do in terms of laying off and hiring. Of course. That being said, someone who's really well experienced in that arena understands what they need to do with what they have and understands what they need to do when certain factors come into play. So, good Lord. Oh my goodness. Tesla's down to 157 pre-market. Awesome. Holy crap. We'll see how that continues to go. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be real fun. I like that. The nag, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's like the biggest impediment to me doing these videos and uh, committing to it is actually not even the difficult time I have of like having to edit it and copy over footage, da 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 da. It's the nag. The nag is so bad that it makes a person say, forget about it. You figure it out yourself. I don't even want to deal with the nag. The nag is incessant. It's like having someone whining. You know what I mean? Like, my man, it's 5 in the morning. I don't want to deal with the nag. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. So far, though, I know I keep repeating myself here, but I I really am a firm believer that highway is solved, freeway is solved. Not once have I been driving on the freeway today, or any of the last 4 times since we started recording all these things, where I'm like, yo, what is this thing doing? What is this thing doing? I'm not ever asking myself that. I know exactly what it's doing. It's doing the best things. It's doing awesome things. I'm right here feeling great. I'm genuinely in my thought and in my stream of consciousness, not being having to focus on the road. Once we get onto the streets, though, that's like walking through a bad neighborhood. You got to be alert, you know? LOL. As I say this, it's taking the exit and we're getting to the street and it's like, left, right. And it's swerving between the left and the right. Incredible. And it's not bad that it wants to make up its mind. It's just the humans wouldn't do that. They wouldn't go unless they were truly not from there and this was their first time taking that exit. Then they might be like, oops, I thought I was supposed to go right. Sorry. Oh, let me go. No, actually, I am gonna go right. But that's also, again, being hypercritical. Amazing person wearing fully black clothes, or it looks like black clothes, walking very far away from us. And I'm wondering why Tesla's slowing down or FSD slowing down, and it's because there's a shadowy figure walking across the street. Lo and behold, you look at the screen, and it does see a person walking. Again, cameras are better at seeing than the human eye. And maybe it's not just the camera, but the computer, but like, my point being, it is going to be superior to having a human behind the wheel. Here's another person walking, and FSD stopped well before the line. Now, question is, will it go? Question is, will it go? Let's go, Playboy. Come on now. Don't make me push you. You got this? I don't know if it's all the lights in the front that's confusing or the blinking red. It's so funny. It handled blinking reds before. What happened now? Uh, I'm being really patient with there's no car behind me, except one's coming up now. I might have to take over. All right, I'm taking over. Okay, I just gave it a little nudge and it went. I don't know why that happened. I don't know if it was a combination because the human and the lights. So this one should just breeze on through. Very good. It treated it as a yield. It is a yield. Excellent. This is a green. Go, my man. Um, that red light though, it's never done that. I mean, not never. It hasn't done that for a long, long time for me. Every time I got to a blinking red, it would treat it like a stop sign and go. I think it did it yesterday even. I think it treated it like a stop sign. Or no, yesterday it treated it like a yield. So definitely 12.3.4 has some new issue with blinking reds, or maybe I've just gotten lucky. I don't know what it is. But yesterday, trying out 12.3.4 for the first time, treated a red like a yellow and yielded through. Now hit the blinking red and stopped, but there was also a person walking. Could be a combination of factors there. Going a little slow for my taste, but I'm going to let it ride. I'll let that slide. It's quite difficult. It's quite difficult making decisions in these types of environments. I'm looking at this option play. Okay, go. We got a car behind us. Oh, it's honking. Okay, I didn't touch it. So it's interesting there. It got to the red light. It kind of like stuttered. It wanted to go. It stopped. It stuttered. It wanted to go. The car behind us was like, "Yo, my man, that's 3 times now." So it did a 1 stop. It started stop. That was a 2 stop. It started stop, 3 stop. Then the car was like, "Yo, well, what are you doing?" And it just so happened to be enough towards the edge. I don't know what happened. Someone explained to me. Someone explained to me. Blinking red. FSD 1234. Why did that just happen there? Where it's like we have one situation with the blinking red. It is what's the word? Uh, it's heavily inhibited. Is that the word? It's like not sure. I'm lacking right now. It's not sure what to do, and then we get to another one, and it's not sure, but it eventually gets itself. Whereas the first one, I had to push it. Did it just learn from that one? No, I don't think so. You know? Did the honk do something? No, I don't think so. So strange. Very strange. Il est étrange. Okay. Total is 6 stops so far. Let's go. Where are we going again? Because I can't help but feel like it's taking the wildest route to get there. I do it like this because it's so aggravating. Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. It's going the right way. This is definitely the fastest way to get there. It is driving awfully slow though. I mean, 17 miles an hour. Max is 25. I set the max to 45. That's kind of a rough stop. Way too close to the curb. All right. Uh, it was hugging too tight there. Too tight. You're too close, man. Where's that from? You're too close. It's Dave Chappelle. Okay. 13 miles an hour on a max 25 street. My set to 25. Was I supposed to take that left to Albuquerque? No. Albuquerque. Okay. This is the correct street. That's very good. Again, the turn. Why does it take such a tight turn on such a wide street? Like, come on, mate. It's pas nécessaire. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know where we are. Okay. So the house is on our right. I kind of messed up because I just touched the gas and now it's still going. It was pulling over and then I kind of screwed it. Maybe it's pulling over here. Okay. That's fair. I'm still going to count that in my book as a, well, it's like we're right at the edge of the house. That house was on the corner. Um, it went all the way to basically the farthest edge of the house before stopping. Um, so technically it did stop at the house, but what I would have done is I would have stopped at the front door, which I don't know how the heck FSD is going to know how to stop at the front door, especially on like a weird street where it's like right on the corner. All right, be right back. Picked up one bag for Route 8, going on Route 20 now, 5 stops. Thank you. One issue that has become also incessant and aggravating is basically starting from a stop there. I gave it a slight nudge on the gas and pressed it, but since we're on a hill, it didn't really go anywhere when I nudged it, and I just immediately started going into FSD, so that was pretty good. Navigating between those narrow path right there between 2 parked cars very well. The incessant problem I have now is like, I don't know, I'm sure a lot of people have experienced this in some way, but I'm definitely getting a problem where I walk up to my car, my phone is on, my Bluetooth is on, everything's on, but it's still on Sentry mode, and I try to open the trunk, it just won't open. I have to walk back to the driver door. I haven't tried other doors, but I'd walk back to the driver door. I have to click that, and then it unlocks, and then I have to open the trunk. That wasn't a problem before. I used to be able to just go to any door, including the trunk, touch it, and it would unlock. Pretty annoying. Very close to the curb right now, like exactly a foot in some change. There's a car right here. Oh my goodness! I would have taken over on that. That car had. We got very, very close. Like that car had a bike rack on the back of it, and just like, not comfortable. You're gonna have a bad time. Like it just was not. It was not the vibe. Anyways, yeah. Like why do I have, and like it's just the unlocking of the door is just too much. Very close to this edge here. It is a curb. It is a cliff, but it's also a curb. Okay. They got to figure out. Always, like, there needs to be a automatic drive in the center of the road if there is no double lanes. Drive in the center of the road if there is no oncoming car. Drive in the center of the road. Otherwise, else, be in the right side. Hew to right if, like, or I don't know. Like, what's the conditional there? There's no stop sign here, right? There's no. Why does it say? No, there was. No, it said slow. Stop is up here. Okay, so I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know if it read slow as stop. I don't think it has that capability. That definitely wasn't a stop sign. That would be a potential accident if someone was up our behinds. Um, it really depends on how far they were. They would either be an accident at worst, or it would be a pissed off driver behind us. Um, yeah. Another issue that I've tweeted to Elon about, to the man himself. I've posted on X. I mean, can I not say tweeted? I X'd. I X'd to Elon, and I X'd to Tesla several times. And I don't know why. Like, I love this. I have an affinity for this company, right? If that's not obvious already. And it's like, my guy, where is the customer support? Where is the response? All I'm doing is making a great recommendation to you. I'm saying, hey, I get into my car and repeatedly music is playing. Can I turn that off? Why can't I turn that off? Why is autoplay always on? Even to this point right now, as I'm saying, I'm like, I must be tripping. There must be a way to turn that off. Why on earth wouldn't someone, in the middle of designing this thing over a course of over a decade now, right? It's over a decade that this car's been out in the public. Not my model, but the Tesla in general. You think you think that there would be a toggle button of autoplay off. So that's why even I'm like, no, it's your fault. It's definitely my fault. Like, I'm just not seeing it somewhere on the menu of items to switch on and off. Someone must have put a toggle off button on the autoplay because they don't want to wake up the entire neighborhood or whatever with a bunch of music. I don't know. That being said, I love that feature. I think it's great as well. Like, it's pretty cool. You get it in, it's just bang, popping. But sometimes you're not in that mode, or maybe, whatever. Just turn it off. It's enough of that. Currently trading at 158. So far, since that last stop, it's handled all these streets pretty well. It hit a couple stoplights, uh, all on its own. I felt very non-deterred from my thought. I felt very much so like I was okay with continuing my train of thinking without having to be pulled away by some situation with the driving. It would be amazing if FSD could show police cars as police cars, fire trucks as fire trucks, basically emergency vehicles. Like, it should be able to identify them. I feel like there's enough identifiers on the car. And that's probably something that's going to do in the future. But it's like, that would be sick, right? You see it and it shows that it has like a cop car kind of a whatever drawing. Same way it shows a deer, right? Like, it shows a deer versus a human. Doesn't show just like a walking object. Um, Also, this I think it should definitely do, because I don't see why anybody would have a problem with this. All the Teslas should be talking to each other, right? And it would be kind of a differentiating. It would be the blue bubble iMessage in a way. I don't know. Maybe not. It should definitely show Teslas as differentiated on the screen, right? Like, you're driving, you're amongst a bunch of NPCs, and there's a Cybertruck and it shows you the Cybertruck on there. Or there's a Y and it shows you the Model Y, 3, etc. And it shows you, like, it has a different outline, it has a different, vehicle. Just like it shows like a truck versus a car, right? I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just sensitive. Like, it felt close. There was also a ditch there. I didn't want to risk it. Okay, we're arriving to our next destination. The house is there on the left, which the navigation says. Pulled over on the right. That's not necessarily a bad thing. But I'm going to take over and go right here because we need to be in the driveway. That's what we need to be. house always has problems with opening the door. All right, one stop done. Let's go on back here. Next stop. Car coming. All right. That one's good. Next stop. Wait, it's going the wrong way. Wait, where am I? Did I put the wrong plate? One second. I think I put the wrong. Maybe it was totally going the right place. No, this is right. I wish I let it go. All right. Not an intervention. My fault. Put the wrong address in my phone compared to what was in the car. Going at a nice slow pace. Are we at the correct house here? That's not the correct one. Okay, I'm thinking it's either down to the left, which I don't know. Oh shoot, that's a so cancel that. It's not even totally went 1, 2, 3. I thought it was 1, 2, 3. Okay. Seems like that's a delivery, which I don't have with me.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mike. Just want to make sure Laurel Grove is not a pickup, right?
What's the address?
104.
104. I can go to the computer. What's the name for the customer? San Giacomo?
Yes.
No, that's the deliver later.
Okay.
Yeah. Later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Whoops. All right. That's a messed up stop right there. See, this is why interactions are important. It's like I thought there were 5 stops. I could have sworn Mike said there were 5 stops. So if there's 5 stops, I go on 5 stops. But if you tell me 4 and I think that there's 5, then I say, oh, let me double check. Anywho, it is what it is. Let's go. I mean, it wasn't far away, so it's not a big kill on time, but it is a bad look to pull up at a customer's house with the wrong when they didn't request it. Fortunately, I didn't go through their gate, but that's not related to the FSD, and therefore 0 interest, right? Okay, pretty good. But then, see, there's that clearly defined white line here, so maybe that's why it's totally avoiding the bushes and everything. I don't know. How's it been so far? It's been one stop, that was good. Two stops, good. I mean, so far, all the stops have been great. The only intervention was it was a corner on the first stop. Yeah. Very close to the corner, but not close to the point where I would take over, but just too close. Like that was too close, but not close enough that I'm like worried. But it was just still too close. It shouldn't be that close. The lane we're supposed to go is there. It's staying right in the middle of this very wide stop sign, which is very non-natural. If you knew you're going straight, you would be close to the middle of the yellow line, not close to the middle of the entire stop. So that kind of is a great like situation to check on, where is it think it's supposed to be? Where's the car think it's supposed to be? It went literally in the middle of the white line, which that's a good idea, but unless the white line is going to a fork, because then it's not clear which way you're going. So it should have been to the left since we wanted to go to the left. It should be to the right if we're going to go to the right. Come to a stop. Beautiful. This is exactly where I stop every time I come to this house. Okay. So definitely cannot start from a stopping point. This is a perfect flat, open. Um, had to give it a little nudge and then hit the blue and then hit the autopilot or FSD, whatever. Yeah, but regarding the layoffs yesterday again, the one thing that was curious, and a lot of people brought this up. I'm not the only one that noticed. The people stepping down wasn't just labor, hard labor. It were high-ranking officials, and this part to me, the gut feeling is not good. August 8th, Autonomy Day. We're how far from that? I don't know, 3-4 months away. We're 4 months away from Autonomy Day. People who are leaving, or sorry, they're not leaving. They got fired. Like, how does that make any sense? You lay off some of the highest ranking people who have been there for almost 2 decades, right before the unveil of arguably one of the biggest shift changes in your company, in the shift company, the company shifts, of the company's focus. Like, that doesn't feel great. I think that, you know, I would assume these people would want to be part of that celebration, part of that unveil, part of that reveal. That's a major monumental moment in the history of a company, or at least that's what we're expecting it to be, right? Otherwise, if it's just like, hey, look at this car we're going to give you in the next 7 years, then not so monumental and actually a very, as they say, nothing burger. Which way are we going here? It's on the left. Oh, shoot. There's a car coming. That was wild. I'm just going to pull up a little bit more so it doesn't. Yeah, that was not great. That was curious. I was quite curious. Let's look at. Yeah, I mean, it's not like the navigation was saying to turn left. I don't know why I turned left like that. That was not the play. Anyways, right house. Strange entry to the house, though. I mean, like, what? You're on a 2-lane street here. A car is coming. You decide to turn left into a no lane, into nothing, into the front door. Not great. Not great. Going crazy, but that's just not. Okay, gotta put it in the lane. No, gotta do more than that. All right. Definitely the worst arrival I've had. That was not good. We're going. House is on the left, and cars coming. Fair distance away, but cars coming at a good speed. 30 some miles an hour. It decides to turn left because the house is there, but there's nowhere to go. There's no like street it's turning into. It's not even turning into the driveway. It was like turning into the front door of the house, a little bit right to the